Welcome to the Himalayas! Snow cone? Today we're going to be talking about 3 ways to clear your mind. But you guys stay till the end, because at the end I'm giving you a bonus tip on how to just get rid of all the monkey minds, the fear, the negativity, the what ifs, the nervousness. Let's get rid of that and feel how we're supposed to feel, which is peace and joyous and bliss and just happy, no matter what is going on in our external circumstances. We will be a rooted, grounded, peaceful tree. Let's get into it. All right, you guys, tip number 1 is cleanliness is close to godliness. I'm going to say that again. Cleanliness is close to godliness. So there are 7 universal laws and principles. I suggest you study them yourself. And the second one is the law of correspondence. And the law of correspondence states, as above, so below, as below, so above. What does this mean? This means that the same pattern is existing on all planes residing in your vortex, in your reality. So wherever you are being placed will affect your mind. If you look around your space right now, is it messy? Is it clean? Does everything have a space? Is it simplified? Because if you are sitting in a junkyard, you're gonna be feeling like a junkyard inside because your outside is a junkyard. So look around your space right now and take a few deep breaths. And look at objects that just don't feel good. That maybe they once felt good, but maybe that feel good isn't feeling good anymore because you're just a different person who's experienced different things and you've just evolved and it's just not serving you in the same way. We are here on this planet to be constantly evolving, and we can't go to the next chapter if we're being weighed down by old objects that just aren't serving us in the same way because we're in a different vibration and it's just staying in an old vibration. So when we are surrounding ourselves with things of old vibrations, that's just not a match anymore. It's always gonna make us feel like friction. So look around your space, go in each room, look at everything. There are gonna be objects where you're like, oh, but this person gave it to me and I feel this emotional detachment. But you guys, when you learn to love something but still let it go, that's when you learn to be solid in your roots, to really love without being attached to what you love. And you're allowing this item to move on and be a new love for someone else. That's why recycling is so cool. So go in each room, go in your fridge, go in your medicine cabinet, go in those drawers that look like go in your closet, go everywhere. 25 things in each room. That's if you live kind of like you haven't done this for a while. If you're already a minimalist, that's gonna be kind of hard. But the more that you choose to update your life and your belongings, the more it's easier to evolve consciously as a being and to allow new things to come in. Because if we're not letting go, that's not letting space in for God and higher consciousness to give us new goodies. We're just not giving that God room to just give us more of what we want because we're holding on to the old, and that's fear, and fear is a low vibration. So open up your space, become conscious of what you want to let go of it, even if you shed some tears. That is a thing that will probably happen maybe. And then as soon as you let go, God's like, oh, I want to give you this and this and this and this and this, here you go. And you're like, oh, this is so addicting. I'm going to be cleaning my space all the time because 1, I get new goodies, and 2, I feel so much lighter in my brain. I feel like I can actually relax. I feel like I'm placing myself in a sanctuary everywhere I go, and that is truly treating myself like the queen that I am, like the goddess that I am, you know what I'm saying? So, as above, so below, try it out and let me know. On to tip number 2. Purge on paper. Yes, because we are alchemists. We are conscious alchemists. When we are conscious of what doesn't feel good and what does feel good, and we choose to let go of what doesn't feel good and focus on what does feel good, then it starts to raise our vibration. But sometimes it's hard to focus on the good stuff when we have a of the same thoughts in our head. So how do we use our alchemist ways and maneuvers, well, you get a cute little journal. You go online, you find a cool little journal, something that will get you stoked to write in it, maybe some cool gel pens, and you put it by your bed and you write in this journal at least once a day without judgment. You open up your notebook and you just start to write. You start to write how you feel, and you're not judging it. Sometimes we'll start to be like, well, I don't journal because I never know what to write. Well, just write, I don't know what to write. I think I'm kind of hungry. Oh my gosh, this kind of triggered me today. And your hand's just gonna start like free flowing, and just let it free flow. And don't judge what's going out on the paper, because what you put out in an organic state and you're not judging it, no one's gonna see it. No one's gonna see it. Just you. If you're scared someone's gonna see it, hide it. But just start writing every day, and this purge, this mental purge, once it's out on the paper, you're not going to be thinking about it as much. In fact, it might just start to dissolve because you're giving it energy. And a lot of people have found clarity in journaling because the journal becomes a therapist. Your own freaking hand, your subconscious mind, when you connect the conscious to the subconscious mind, which is your body, and you just start to write, you might look back a day later, two days later, a week later, a month later at your journal, and you might have answered your own question because you just chose to just write down all your thoughts. Just write it all out. Every little thing that you feel, that you fear, that you're so grateful for, just write it all down. And when you start to do this consistently, you realize that you're not going crazy with the same freaking monkey mind. Like, purge on the paper once a day. There is a thing called morning pages, and morning pages is when you first wake up, before you go to the bathroom and you're like super groggy, pull out that cute little journal that you just got, and when you're in that groggy state, just start writing. And you're gonna be half asleep, but this is good, because when you're half asleep and you're not fully in your ego, you're in your heart space, and your heart is what will give you the answers that you desire, that you're looking for. So pull out the notebook, and then the next thing you know, look back even just a week later, and you're gonna start seeing patterns. You're gonna start seeing patterns within yourself, and this is therapy. This is worth so much energy. I mean, the fact that you are your own therapist because you choose to journal, you're just gonna look back and you're gonna see, oh, this is what I need to do because I've been making the same pattern and bitching about it for the past 3 weeks, and I'm expecting change from the same pattern. No, I obviously got to switch it up. And then you become more aware and conscious by yourself. Oh my gosh, we have everything that we need already. That is purge on paper, yes. Purge on paper, and it'll change your life, I promise. Yeah! Also, just a quick tip for the purging on paper. If there is something that is maybe a really dark thought that you have, something maybe very vengeful, something very vulnerable, and that you just want to get rid of, I just want this out, I just want to stop thinking about it, write it down full-heartedly, just go big or go home, get it all out on the paper, and then go burn it after. Go burn it. And it's symbolic of letting it go and transforming that mental thought into the physical. You'll really feel lighter in your shoulders, and you'll really feel like you have let it go. So if there's something you really want to let go, burn it. And burning is the most beautiful thing on the planet. That, my friend, is alchemy. All right, you guys, tip number 3, deep breathing. So universal law number 5 is the law of rhythm, and this states that everything flows. Everything is coming in and out. The tides are coming in and out. Now, if we recognize how we're breathing now, a lot of us these days, because of all the information that we're gathering through our phones, through the needs of other people put on us, we're constantly in a state of panic because we are never really in the present moment without some distraction. And so most of us are breathing maybe to here. And this is a very fast flow. I mean, I don't think you've ever seen the ocean like coming up to you on the sand like really fast. Like that would give you anxiety. But people like to actually sit on the beach because it's and that movement, that flow, I mean, that's how we're supposed to be breathing, because in a sense, we are a reflection of Gaia. We are a reflection of the ocean, because we are, 70% water. So when we are taking deep breaths, like have you ever seen a baby or a dog or a cat? They're breathing into the base of their spine. All the way down here. They're not like that's called anxiety, or that's called depression. Anxiety is when we can't take a breath in, and depression is when we can't let go. So when we start to consciously breathe into the base of our spines and really expand that stomach like a baby, like you're freaking pregnant, bring it all the way to the top of your head, over your head, and let it all go. Holy cow, you start to become high on life. You literally can't overthink anything. And as above, back to the universal law number 2, as above, so below. So when our below starts to take these deep, long, beautiful breaths, then our mind starts to feel calm, because we're breathing in pranayama, we're breathing in life force. When we take in a breath of air, we're feeding our cells energy and lightness and vitality and strength. That's why Wim Hof is like, breathe, and you can fight off anything, because you're breathing in God, you're breathing in life force. And so you literally don't do this when you're driving, but when you take in deep breaths, because I literally almost passed out on the road doing this. When you start taking deep breaths, you cannot have a monkey mind. You cannot overthink. You cannot overthink when you take deep breaths. So in your chair right now, breathe into your balls. Like Elliot Hull says, breathe into the base of your spine, feel that stomach expand, hold it for a minute, really feel it in your cells, and visualize it. Visualize a color. Visualize, for me, it's like a beautiful sparkly pink that I'm breathing in, and all my cells are loving it. My whole vibration is just like, and that inhale, exhale, that's out with the, or in with the good and out with the bad, in with the good and out with the bad constantly. And that's how we start to rejuvenate ourselves and have a high vibration and give ourselves energy, you know? And so I'm gonna give you 2 techniques to use, okay? I'm gonna give you Hatha, the Hatha breath. The Hatha is a yang, it's a yang energy, and yang is masculine, yang is aggressive, yang is energy and fire, you know? So if you are about to do something scary and get out of your comfort zone, or you just have a lot of pent up energy that you haven't expressed, use the Hatha breath, use this yang energy. So what you're gonna do is you are going to breathe in all the air that you can, and then you're gonna exhale so your stomach's all little, and you're gonna really feel that contrast and see that contrast. And you're gonna do, let's do 10 breaths. I'm gonna give you an example, but I want you to try 30 of these on your own, and you're gonna go like this. And you're gonna start sweating, because you're creating fire within the body. And when fire is being produced in the stomach and in your body, then it's really releasing old energy that's residing in the body. It's like, you just feel so calm. You feel like you're literally high off of life. I almost feel like I had a hit of marijuana. I just feel so like good after releasing that aggression and that pent up energy. And that breath is beautiful, especially when you are on the path, which we all are, when you are purging old energy, old anger, because emotion is stored in our body. You know, like people who have littered in the ocean years and years ago, that stuff is still in the ocean and eventually it comes up. But we can bring it up and out faster by using this hatha breath, by using this masculine energy to bring it up from the surface, bring it up and let it go, let it go, let it go, and the fire will burn it and you will feel so good. And then after that, then you're gonna wanna do the yin breathing, and the yin breathing is quite the opposite, darling. It's actually very smooth and slow, and if you just got attacked by a tiger, this is when you want to bring in the yin breath, the feminine breath of calmness and trusting and allowing and just being. And this one's quite simple. You can do square breathing, which is when you inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale. So you're gonna inhale, exhale, hold, hold, inhale, exhale, hold, hold, and you're making a box. So that's square breathing, and you're gonna do it for 6 seconds or whatever feels good for you. There's no such thing as right or wrong, only resonance. Or you can just simply inhale for 6 seconds and just feel it and visualize it. And that puts you in a state of just being in the present moment. And the present moment is actually the only truth that is in existence. So our thoughts are not real, our emotions and thoughts are just clouds passing by, but what is real is how we are breathing right now. So as above, so below. I'm breathing well and my state of mind is clear, and I'm pretty much freaking at the ocean right now. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, now for the bonus. Okay, this one is simple. And the 4th tip that I have is to get off the screens. Get off the screens for at least 3 days. And when you get off the screens, you're gonna actually be in the present moment, and you're gonna tune into how you really feel. Feeling in the heart space, the green chakra, the Christ consciousness. And when you tune into how you feel, then you can actually start to journal on truth, on things that are coming up for you. And then you can start to realize on, well, why am I feeling like this? And start to question why you feel that, and then adjust accordingly. Because once you realize something on how you feel, then you can adjust. And when you're in the present moment and you can start realizing, oh, my breaths are really shallow, I wonder what that is. And you can start to look at yourself. When you get off the screens and you focus on yourself, the most beautiful thing on the planet, yourself, and you start to give her energy, and you start to look at yourself like the 6-year-old little girl that you are, and you start to nurture her and give her deep, beautiful breaths, and you start to give her attention on how she feels, then that's how you become a true, happy, joyous, peaceful human, is by getting rid of the distractions for a while and find this beautiful balance of having screen time and then giving attention to yourself in the present moment and nature and the weather and your family and the beauty that is existing all around us, but we're not present to look at it. I challenge you guys to be present. Challenge yourself to give it 3 days, a week, 2 weeks. I'm gonna probably be going for a month or 2, and I just need it because I need to start working and focusing on my deep breathing so I can evolve as a conscious being and find true happiness. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jo Bright. If you have any questions or comments for me, please let me know. Check out my Instagram. I'm not gonna be on it probably for a little bit, but I will be on there soon. And I love you guys so much. We are in this together. I am you, you are me. I love me, so I love you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.